Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're on the Success Secrets for Business, Family, and Life channel. I'm Vickie Helm. I want to welcome you to the Coffee Break Show, and it's brought to you by Metadime Digital. I'm so glad you're here today. It's Tuesday, and we're at the beginning of the week, and this is such a defining week at the Success Secrets for Business, Family, and Life group. We are delivering some of the highest, most important information right now so that you can be informed, make great decisions, and help yourself thrive. Now, if you're new here, we go live every Monday through Friday, and we share tips, tools, techniques, information, and motivation and inspiration, and those things that are going to create thrivability for you in the world. And so today is no exception. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about how to overcome doubt and have more success. That doubt voice, that little critical, voice in your head. How do you overcome that so you can have more success? And today it's going to be a powerful conversation, but I want to tell you, we have some of the coolest things going on. We have Joel Young and his NPA process being offered at a huge discount here. And if you want more success, you want more happiness, you want better relationships, you want to be able to manage yourself. And what if you could have more of those things in 3 minutes or less? Like if you could just say, oh, I need more confidence, or I need more, and 3 minutes or less, you're done and through it. That's kind of what the NPA process helps us do. It helps us gather more of ourselves so we can go ahead and do that. And we have that coming up. And we also have Maya McNulty coming on the Wednesday's guest for the Coffee Break Show. And today we have Mary Ann's coming on, and she is going to be on Unlocked with Tracy Wilson. She is a show host, and she's going to tell you how to be a show host as well. They're going to have a great conversation. It's a very, very powerful week inside the club. And if you did not see another perspective, it is paramount that you go watch yesterday's #replay and watch another perspective. That show has so much going on for it right now. And it had a very, very important topic. Now, if you're new here, put your name down below. I'd love to meet you. And if you're one of the regulars here and you're here every day, thank you for being here. And especially during this conversation that we're going to be having today, just do me a favor, put your name down below, give me a comment, let me know that you can see me, hear me, and everything's going well. And so I'm going to start. I made myself a few notes the last couple of days because the topic we're going to be talking about is so very important. A lot of people don't understand how doubt sabotages their success, their wealth, their everything. And doubt is something they're just like, hi, I don't believe in myself. I'm just going to be doubting. And, oftentimes when we start something, or we're thinking of starting something, or our business, or maybe a YouTube channel, or whatever you're starting, a blog. Hello, world. Nice to see you, Karen. Nice to see you. Hey, I'm here, Vickie. Thank you, Ryan. I'm so glad you're here with us. That makes me always feel better. Chinime, nice to see you on, my friend. I hope you got some good rest this weekend. I'm so excited. Let's see. And of course, always hello. Doubt equal fear. That's true. We're going to talk about doubt in a very deep way today, though. We're going to go deep in there. And so like I was saying, there is often a time where you're starting something, or it maybe starting a business, starting a blog, even starting a relationship. Just starting, that's when doubt will show up. It doesn't show up inside. It's at the start of something. That's when doubt loves to come in and have a conversation. It's usually a negative, toxic conversation with you. But the second you decide to start something inside of you will pop up. And you may have, some sort of negative thought, something that says, I'm just not qualified. Or why would anyone care what I have to say? Or, well, somebody else is already doing this. Or, there's a myriad of doubt thoughts. The thing about a doubt thought is that it happens in a nanosecond. You're just sitting there and boom, doubt thought comes up. And when that doubt thought comes up, it kind of like throws you off center. It throws you out of your way. And well, somebody else already has a group that does this, or somebody else has all these people in this group over there that does that, And so what we look at when we take a look at doubt is it cuts us off from our creativity. It cuts us off from possibilities. It cuts us off from following our dreams, the thing that we wanted to pursue. So what do we start doing? When we get a good idea and doubt comes on, we turn to somebody who's usually our friend and says, what do you think of this idea? We're hoping that they don't doubt as much as we're doubting. We get to the point where we're like, tell me what you think of this. And so doubt starts having a conversation. I was thinking of opening a business. Well, God, it is really tough times to be opening a business now. And then doubting Thomas gets a doubting friend because misery loves company. It's a very hard time to open a business right now, where YouTube's full of so many channels where people are already talking about what you're talking about. And, suddenly the doubt conversation comes on. Or if your friend is nice, they'll make nice conversation with you. They'll be like, oh, well, that's a good idea. Oh, well, you should go for it, because if it's your dreams, you should go for it. But you don't really feel their authenticity. And that edges a little more doubt. Your friends are going to be like, and maybe you get one friend who's really brave and they are negative at it too. They're like, you shouldn't even start. You wouldn't be good at it. Or they say, somehow they're trying to help you with it. But essentially, more often than not, people add doubt. Or they project their fears onto your project and what you're doing. And sometimes you may say, okay, I doubt, so I'll take your fear. I doubt, so I'll take your negativity. And all of a sudden, you don't feel qualified. You don't feel good enough, or you're doubting whether you could succeed or not. And this is what doubt does. It takes you out of your game. It stops all your dreams. It absolutely annihilates you. With a little tiny conversation, doubt is one of the most harmful negative emotions that we can feel. Doubt says you're alone and you're not good enough to do it. Doubt says you have no backup from the universe. None. Zip, nada. Doubt says you will never be able to learn how to do this correctly. That's what doubt does. Doubt says, no, you're going to make too many, mistakes, or you'll probably fail at the start. Doubt can be anywhere. It could be in yourself. It could be in your partner who doesn't believe in you because you don't believe in you. And so what we're going to be looking is how can you move out of that doubt, but do it authentically and do it honestly. Because when you doubt, it's a thing you have to step over. It's not a thing you have to confront. It's not a thing that you have to, do. I'm not sure who this is. I think you just voiced all my doubts. That's good. We're looking at there. Karen, you got that right. Doubt is the ultimate limiter. And this is the thing about what Karen's saying. Doubt is the ultimate in self-sabotage. And it's sabotage because sabotage has to be quiet. It's covert. You don't see sabotage. So it happens and you don't see it till after you've sabotaged yourself or someone has sabotaged you. Then you're like, I see how that happened. And when we doubt ourselves, we talk ourselves out of all the things that could be, all the amazingness that you actually are. So you want to be able to actually get to see how doubt enters, because 80% of winning doubt is knowing where it enters from or why it enters from. And then you can start turning around and facing doubt and slaying it, getting it out of the way. You have to know where that comes from. Let's see, you guys are going really fast right now. That's when we should be that we are on something amazing. We're stretching, growing, and advancing. Yes, that's true. Doubt is a self-sabotage. It's insidious. It's insidious, said Robin. Thank you very much. So what happens is, perhaps then when we get to the point where we feel unqualified or we feel like we're not good enough, the first thing we start doing is we start going outside of ourselves instead of inside of ourselves. We might think, oh, I'm not good enough to do that. Well, I'll go to college. That's what I'll do. I'll get a degree, or maybe I can get certified in doing this. So the entire business of certification and degrees are built a lot around your self-doubt. You believing that you need to become certified in a time where everything is on the internet. And you're thinking, well, if everything is on the internet, nobody needs to hear about me or from me or why. And so that's where doubt has to come in. Perhaps you think that you'll feel more qualified if you get that certification. However, technology is booming in a way that it never has before. And there are very few areas where you actually need to be qualified. Like maybe doctor, attorney, some types of technicians that you need a certification so you know how to do it. But most everything else right now is in this big influx. Everything is changing. And guess what? We're changing so much. There are no experts right now. There are no experts. There are only people willing who feel a soul calling, who step out to create something like that blog or that YouTube channel. So if you've experienced it, you can create a product that you can talk about. Now, let me just tell you something. People are tired of the knowledge-based industry. They're tired of it. And what they find about the knowledge-based industry is it's how to. And one of the things that happens is people are tired of listening to how to. They want to hear about your experience of something. So, for instance, I could put up a program, how to have an online show. How to have an online show. This is what you do. This is how you do it. There you go. But more people would rather hear about my experience of how do you get an A-lister on your show? Or how did you overcome when everything blacked out? What did you do next? Or what happened when your technology stopped right then? What did you do? What's your experience with working with your audience? That's what people want to know. They want to know about your experience. And so when you're talking about your experience, you're talking more about what people want to know than the how to. The how to is what's everywhere. The how to is everywhere. So if you're doubting yourself, it's really essentially you doubting your inner self, your experience of it. And you don't have to be perfect, because you'll doubt yourself if you're like, well, I'm too old and I'm too tall, or I'm too disfigured, or I'm too fat, or I'm too, young, or nobody's going to believe me. But the truth is, that's not what's here. People want authenticity. They're so tired of celebrity, of that perfect makeup, perfect hair, perfect body, perfect whatever, this thing that everybody thinks looks like success. That's not really success. That's a branded form of success. That's a branded image of somebody who looks over the top. People want to know how to have People want to know how to have success in their lives right now based on what's familiar around them. How do we have success first here? It's like when you're playing baseball, people just want to know the rules of the game of baseball. Then they want to get up to bat and they want to swing at that bat until they hit the ball. Then they learn how to run the bases. And you see everything progresses like that. You don't go from, hi, I want to start a blog, to instant celebrity. I mean, it happens a few times, but not a lot. And maybe you're worried about making mistakes in front of people. I'm like, God, I do that every day. Every day I get on here and my audience looks at me and I'm just myself, and that's what they like. They don't care if I make a mistake. They don't care if I didn't mute myself when I coughed or I cleared my throat. They don't care about that. They care that you're showing up. They care that you're being you. I mean, come on one show, just before I got on a show, I don't remember what show it is, but I had a scoop of peanut butter before I got on because I was hungry and I hadn't eaten. So it was about 11 o'clock. I had a scoop of peanut butter and I found out that I have a reaction to peanut butter. And I literally, on the show, started losing control of my breathing. It was getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And I said to I said to my team, I was like, get Scott on right now because I'm not breathing well. And I don't know if I'm going to have to get off the show and go somewhere else. And some people said, why didn't you just end the show right then? And I thought, because I still wanted to deliver that message. So Scott just ran around, got dressed, and jumped on with me at the last minute. And it wasn't perfect, but it was real. You got to see the experience of what was happening in the moment. Do you know why people love lives? Because they love America. The world loves reality TV. They love reality. They love it so much that they'd rather see that than some perfect, you guys are just, wow, I can't even. Yeah, I see that Freudian slip is brought to you by Coffee Break Show. Thank you. I saw that. Let's see, right here. I'm just going to start. Bam. Dang it, Vickie. I hate when you hit the nail on the head. I've been caught up in the I need that next certification degree, whatever, got in that spiral as a healthcare professional where that is what is required to move forward. That's right. But it is not here. Ryan, you got it. Soul calling. Love it. That's right. That's the whole basis of it. If you feel that you have something to say and you're worried about how everybody thinks and you're doubting yourself, that's called having a lack of faith. Yes. And Scott's cracking me up already. I need a dentist that's an expert. Yes, there are some professions where you need to be an expert at it, but right now there's not. So every morning I remind my daughter, you are a strong, smart, brave, and beautiful. Remind yourself you're awesome. Fill in the blanks. Believe in yourself. And what I'm noticing right now is that there are a lot of people who are doubting themselves. They are literally feeling the pounding in their chest to get a message out to the world. That message is locked inside of them. And every morning they get up and they're like, there's that message. There's that calling. I can't do it because I'm not good enough. I'm certification. I don't know how to use this StreamYard. How does she set up her show? What does she do? All of those things, all that setup, everything else is here and you can have it. And it gets to the point where even in the middle of your show, if you decide, man, I really want to add my branding on and then have the conversation, you can do most anything. You cannot be afraid to fail in front of the world. It is a full disclosure world. It's a full disclosure world. If you can just be yourself in the world, doubts will disintegrate. If you can show your authentic you, doubts will disintegrate. Look at, I don't even wear makeup. No, I'm just like, here I am, warts and all. And when you can get to the point where you're saying, here I am, warts and all, this is just me. I'm imperfectly perfect. Here's my message. Here's what I want to say to you. Doubt doesn't have a particular way it looks. Doubt is squished by authenticity. It's like, here's me, warts and all, but I have a message I want to tell you today. I want to tell you that no matter what you do, you are capable, you are great, you are inspiring. Somewhere in yourself, there is a pounding that's going on and it wants out. It wants to be revealed. It wants you to share your message. It wants you to start that company. It wants you to start that YouTube channel. It wants you to start that blog. It wants you to start that business that's there. It wants you to start that coffee shop. That pounding inside, well, I got to do something. It wants you to start that bakery. It wants you to start. It doesn't matter what the world is doing. Well, it looks pretty scary right now to start a business. We got this pandemic. I mean, you got to start the right business, of course, but we got this pandemic, playing us here. You got to get out and do that. Donnie, I want to hear what he says. It may also come from your parents and how you were raised. Some parents instill in their children with a mindset of success, and some are raised with negativity. We are products of our environment, but we do not have to be. We can all be anything we imagine, and what we imagine, we become. But it does involve work. And I want to tell you something. I know what he is talking about from experiencing him and having to overcome the violence he grew up in, and his life story is very amazing. But no matter what is in your life, he's right. We can be anything we can imagine. And when you doubt, it's because you have an imagining that's in here. I doubt I can do it. I doubt this. I doubt that. That imagining that self, how do I motivate myself to do something? Don't. Stop trying to inspire yourself. Stop trying to motivate yourself. Just sit right now and say, you know what? I'm doubting myself. And what I'm telling myself is, I don't feel good enough because I'm missing that degree. I don't feel qualified. I'm telling myself that everybody out there has the same message I do. Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to say this again. I want everybody to pay attention to this. We've talked about this before. We're going to talk about it again. There is no new meat in the world. No new meat. There is white meat and red meat, pork, fish, chicken. There's no new meat. And maybe alligator or whatever else. There's no new meat. So if you've tasted all the meat in the world, all the meat in the world you have tasted, the reason you taste it again isn't because it's a new meat. It's because of the spices and flavors that they put on the meat that makes it their own recipe. It is the spices and flavor of you. There are no new thoughts. There are no new problems, no new dilemmas right here. We've been through a pandemic several times in our world history. This is here right now. The difference is your spices and flavor that you're going to put onto your message. That's what makes the new recipe. And nobody has your original recipe but you. Nobody. And as you begin your blog, as you begin your project, as you begin your business, you're going to think that you have this miraculous recipe, and you will. But by the time it starts to take off, you're going to have this recipe, then this recipe, and this recipe. And these are the recipes you develop as you go. And what if the people don't like the recipe of me? No, not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody likes me. But those people that do like me, those are the people I'm serving. Those are the people I get up and serve every single day. And that's what's going to happen for you when you trust your recipe. The recipe of you that you're going to sprinkle on your problems is that experience you had of overcoming them, the experience you had of enjoying them, the experience that you learned because of them. Those are all the spices of you that you're going to do and say that are going to help other people relate and connect with you. That connection with you is built over time, not overnight. Are there overnight sensations? Yeah, there's a few overnight sensations, but not usually. Usually you kind of grow into this and it grows out and you start overcoming your doubt. The second you face your doubt, the first thing you grow is confidence. And it's not all encompassing confidence. It's this much confidence. And the second time you face a doubt, you'll get to the point where you feel confident. And then as you start facing doubt after doubt after doubt, doubts go away. And suddenly you have confidence and an obstacle you need to go around. Then suddenly you stop going around the obstacle and you look at it, see what it has to say. The obstacle is saying this, and poof, then it kind of disintegrates right into the air and you go forward. You're never without help. You have inside of you all of the answers you need for your personal recipe. Doubt is what stops you from keeping your recipe going out into the world. I want to pop here. Feeling raw today, likely from not expressing my deepest concerns. This may be the pain to spurn action, but what action will be of the highest good? Want to talk about that right now. Authenticity is always the action of highest good. And if you have something that you're going to say to the world that is not popular, you may not be popular, but you may be the perfect thing out there. You know, it's like when you overcome doubt or you start projects or you talk to people over here, not everybody's going to say, oh, I'm going to join behind you and say yes. A lot of people are going to say no. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yes, that's right, Chinime. This is it. Love this. Our flavors make the new recipe of us. Love this right here. We stop that BS and embrace the other BS, our belief system. That's right. We stop that BS and we start embracing that belief system that is there for us. The world needs your flavor. This is it. It's really that time. If you wake up in that morning and you're going through your day going, I have this thing. I don't know how to start it. I don't know how to do it. I don't know if anybody will believe in me. I don't know if I'm qualified, but something inside me, it's coming from the divine, has christened you and said, yes, you are qualified by heart to go out and share this message. And you go out and you do it. And suddenly it doesn't grow as fast, or see, it's not happening as fast, or it's not working. Just give it time. Stay with it. Believe in it. The world needs your flavor right now more than anything. Listen, I want to let you know, this is the one true thing for me. The world has lost its ability to discern. The world is being run by AI. It's not being run by human discernment. And sometimes that human discernment is coming through you, and it needs to be out there. It's that message that's coming from you. Thank you, guys. I am on my soapbox this morning. Thank you for allowing me that. That's really cool. Thank you. The aroma of alchemy in the kitchen. I live with the best chef ever. You do. You really do. I mean, I would marry him just because he cooks. Somebody said hello to Chinime. I'm popping over here. Children learn what they live. If a child lives with criticism, he learns to condemn. If a child lives with hostility, he learns to fight. If a child lives with ridicule, he learns to be shy. If a child lives with shame, learns to feel guilty. In other words, a child lives with praise, that's what they become. Thank you. That was big, and it didn't let me, see everything of it's there. So you are qualified by heart to share this message. Yep. There's no leaders out there right now. Their leaders are like, look at the leaders fighting all over the world. Look at China blaming this, and America that, and the Europe over there. And look at the leadership here. The leaders right now in this world are confused as to what to do next. They're watching economies collapse. They're watching all kinds of things happen. And, everybody calls this the time of the Great Awakening. Great. Let's use that. The Great Awakening, where does it happen? Does the Great Awakening happen here? No, it happens here. This is where the Great Awakening is. And some of you have known all your life. Some of you have known all your life that you were born for this moment right now. So now's not the time to fall back into doubt. Now's the time to look at doubt and say, oh, there's that doubt again. How do I step over it? You don't step over it. Don't try to get rid of your doubt. See that you're doubting. Turn around and go, I am doubting. What am I saying to myself? I'm telling myself I'm not good enough. Well, no wonder why you feel like crap. Look at what you're telling to yourself. What could you tell yourself instead? Could you say, I feel doubtful and I'm nervous, but I'm being called. I can feel that calling in my soul, and just take one action. Don't try to get rid of the doubt. Don't try to kill the enemy, but look at it and know that you're doubting. You don't have to go to a friend and say, what do you think? What are you doing? Just take one action towards that something. Just say, I feel it in here. And even though I doubt myself, what do they say? Feel the fear and do it anyway. Feel the doubt and do it anyway. And just be okay with screwing up. I screw up every day. My team laughs. I mean, come on. Karen just put up there, I said sex instead of success. And therefore she said, today's Freudian slip brought to you by, come on, people, they have such forgiving hearts. When they see you screw up, you know what they're thinking? They're thinking, that wasn't my screw up. I'm not the one who screwed up. Woohoo! She did. It was her turn to screw up. And when it's your turn to screw up, do it gracefully and just, okay, well, I screwed that up. Here we go. That's the point of being live. It's like, we don't want to see perfection anymore. We wanted to see humanity. We want to see heart and soul and being there with love. Everybody on the team, they're like, whoever's watching, they're going to forgive you for that mistake. They're going to have probably had that mistake. They're going to laugh every day. It's just a part of the here I am, warts and all. Let's see. I love this. Trust your values, be discerning, and stop making excuses. Amen. You don't have to get rid of the doubt. Just say, I doubt. Okay. But don't go try to find somebody else to qualify you. If it is in here, the divine has already qualified you. You don't need a higher qualification, do you? Unless you're a dentist, a doctor, a technician of some sort, then you need a higher qualification. But really, there are very few things now that need qualifications to do as for a living. You can program at home. You can write video games at home. You can write books. You don't even need a publisher anymore. You can literally self-publish if you want to. So it's like, if you get a publisher and you work with them, they're your working partner. They're not somebody who's supposed to suddenly do something for you. You work together at it now. It's a different world. I love that, the recipe of me. The Great Awakening happens at all levels. That's how evolution leads to revolution. Yes, it is. And we are in the middle of that right now. Acknowledge the doubt and do it anyway. Yes, acknowledge the doubt and do it anyway. Let's see. Self-doubt is only as big as you allow it to be. Stand up to it. That is the most focused thing you can do with that as well. I hold confidence and space for my career clients in doubt and hold their hand through the process, enabling them to see their greatness. Ooh, now that's a good job. I think I need the same thing for myself in the space of articulating my message through podcasting, thinking out loud. Thank you for that thinking out loud. That's the perfect way of doing it right there. We hold up so many other people and we don't want them to believe in their doubts. So the first person that needs to stop believing in their doubts is you. Yes, of course, we were born in this time. We are here now. And the chances of that are astronomical that we are here now at this time in this place. Share your spice. The world stew needs you. Oh, God, I love that. The world stew needs you. Oh, good one. We don't want to see perfection. We want to see humanity. Yes, that's right. Bam. That's what I have for you today for overcoming your doubts. To me, I don't try to overcome my doubts. I see them. I ask myself, what am I telling myself? And then I acknowledge, no wonder I'm scared. No wonder I'm angry. No wonder I'm fearful. Look at what I'm telling myself. And your thoughts can only do two things. They'll either impair your abilities or empower your abilities. If you have doubt, you're impaired, and you need to right away go in there and find that impairing thing that you're telling yourself and tell yourself something different. Tell yourself it's okay if I'm scared as long as I'm doing, just keep doing it. The confidence and faith come. That's how you overcome doubt. There. Thank you. Mwah. Tomorrow, I want to let you know we have one of the most powerful shows I think I'm going to ever have. I have Maya McNulty on tomorrow, and she is the very first COVID case in the state of New York. It was the very first COVID case. She is a long hauler. And I like this. Doubts kill your dream. Don't let doubts kill your dream. You want to be with us tomorrow. We're going to have a very intimate COVID conversation. It's going to be a wonderful, insightful conversation. And it's not going to be about wearing masks or not wearing masks. We're going to talk to somebody who really met her maker almost and just almost died and came back, and what it's like to have long haulers syndrome. And this is somebody who was a vibrant serial entrepreneur, just best-selling author, podcast person. This is somebody who had everything, and overnight it was gone, and she's back building just her body. We're going to have that COVID conversation. Hey, Lisa, nice to see you on. Thank you for this. Right on, Vickie. Mwah. I'll see you tomorrow for the Coffee Break Show. You guys have a really awesome, great day. Thank you.